This week we've got highlights from a 1619 lecture, an MAIE conference with global education, Rise Against Hunger, a 5K next month, career fair, The Tempest, Black History Month with social work, a shout out to Micaiah Outlaw, and Elliot Reeder with the latest in MC sports. Hello and welcome to a new episode of MCTV. I'm Anissa Trevino. Let's get to the news. Last Tuesday in Avon Hall, Dr. Pinnon gave a lecture on 1619 Myths and Memories of Slavery in the United States, and he was also named Humanities Council Teacher of the Year for MC. This upcoming Thursday, the MAIE Study Mississippi Conference will be held on February 27th through the 28th at Mississippi College. This conference will bring colleagues from across the state to connect and build networks for resources on the state level. Marquisha Mathis talked to Mrs. Pilletz about this event and why students and faculty should attend.
MAIE Study Mississippi is an organization for international educators. You might ask why you should go to this meeting, this conference. Well, the purpose of this conference is to provide international educators a platform to connect and to network with colleagues on the state level. So there will be international educators from different universities in the state, and they'll converge here, and they will connect, they will network with many resources and through the various workshops. I am very excited about this conference, and I really like to encourage everybody to come.
We are a week away from Rise Against Hunger, which will be March 2nd from 1 to 4 p.m. above the CAF. The goal is to raise $3,500 of supplies and food, and also have many volunteers to package 10,000 meals in 3 hours. There is still time to make a donation, so you can email John Graham or Sarah Kimmel on where you can donate. The finish line for the Spine 5K run and walk will be happening April 4th at 8 a.m. at Cockcroft Hall, and they're asking for 100 runners to participate in the race, which will benefit the Wilson Research Foundation at the Methodist Rehabilitation Center. Registration will begin at 7 a.m. and go until 7:45. We'll have more information about the event later this semester. The career fair was here on Tuesday in Anderson Hall from 10 to 2 p.m. All MC students had the opportunity to bring their resumes and dress up for the hope of finding a job. The Tempest is here. Performances will be Thursday and Saturday at 7 p.m., Friday at 10 a.m. and 7 p.m., and Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Tickets are $7 for students and $10 for adults. Groups of 20 or more are $4 each. Marquisha talked to Dr. Seawright and some of the cast to find out what it was like working together.
It's been highly experimental. We are pulling together all these different elements. We also have discovered the words in this play are a lot harder to speak than in other Shakespearean plays. There's just a lot to do with the language in this play that we didn't fully understand until we got into it.
I love working with Dr. Seawright. We all do, because she gets so excited about things and she always has these great ideas, and so she's just lots of fun.
Working with Dr. Seawright's been very good, been very professional. She's very good, she's efficient.
Working with Dr. Seawright has been a very good experience. It has allowed me to grow as an actor and to work outside of my comfort zone.
The Association of Student Social Workers here at Mississippi College have created a video to celebrate Black History Month. They hope to start an open, honest, and respectful conversation about Black history among the MC family. To watch the full video, visit the Mississippi College Social Work Program Facebook page. We want to congratulate Micaiah Outlaw on her trip to Atlanta, Georgia in early February, where she was recognized as a transfer student ambassador. Micaiah left the conference with the mindset that it's so important that transfer students are involved in all decision making and even mentorship between one another. Great job, Micaiah. And now we turn to Elliot with the latest in MC sports. Elliot?
Thanks, Anissa. It was a very busy weekend in Choctaw athletics, so let's dive in. The women's basketball team continued their race towards a spot in the GSE tournament this past weekend. On Thursday, they hosted rival Delta State for senior night. The game was an incredible back-and-forth affair. MC led by 9 with 6 minutes left, but Delta State came back and forced overtime. In OT, MC went ahead early, but Delta State ultimately edged the Lady Choctaws by a score of 80-76. Zaria Matthews was fantastic with 22 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. MC honored seniors Zaria Matthews, Coco Hobson, and Caitlin Thompson on the night. Then on Saturday, MC traveled to take on one of the top-ranked teams in the conference in Union. The Lady Choctaws trailed by 5 at the end of the first quarter, but then MC absolutely dominated the second quarter, outscoring Union 30-8. MC did not look back from there as they would go on to pick up the huge 89-63 upset of Union to finish off the MC season sweep of Union. Mariah Hurst finished with 26 points and Hobson added 24. The Lady Choctaws now sit at 12-13 overall with a 9-10 record in GSE play. MC currently sits 9th in the GSE standings heading into the last weekend of regular season play. MC will take on West Alabama on Saturday in Livingston, needing a win and then some help to make it to the conference tournament. If the Lady Choctaws do make it to the tournament, their first game would be next Tuesday. The men's basketball team also hosted Delta State last Thursday for senior night, where they honored Isaiah Brown and John Harding. This was another very exciting game as MC led 35-28 at halftime, but Delta State came back and ultimately won 68-63. Then on Saturday, the Choctaws also traveled to take on Union. MC hung around and kept the game close and within striking distance for much of the second half, but they were unable to strike ahead and fell 82-76 to fall to 8-17 overall and 4-15 in conference play. Winston Edwards scored 24 points in the game while Stefan Bozakovic added 21. MC will travel to take on West Alabama on Saturday in their final game of the season. The baseball team had a non-conference series against Quincy University this past weekend. Game 1 of the series went into extra innings, but Quincy scored 6 runs in the 11th inning to win the game 9-5. MC would also drop Game 2 of the series by a score of 7-3. Then in Game 3, the Choctaws got the bats going as MC exploded for 17 runs and also broke a school record with 13 stolen bases. MC would win the game 17-7 in run rule fashion. Then on Tuesday, MC would take on Southern Arkansas in midweek action. The Choctaw bats quieted again as MC fell 4-1. The Choctaws now sit at 7-6 overall, but are 3-0 in GSE play. MC will return to conference play this weekend where they will host Union with a doubleheader on Saturday and a single game on Sunday. The softball team took on Spring Hill this past Saturday. Game 1 of the 2-game series went into extra innings before Jordan LaFosse and Rain Minor picked up RBIs in the top of the 8th to propel MC to a 4-2 win. MC would then fall in Game 2 of the series 2-1. The Lady Choctaws now sit 7-5 overall and will also return to GSE play this weekend, where they will also host Union with a doubleheader on Saturday and a single game on Sunday as they look to improve on their 2-1 conference record. The men's and women's track and field teams competed at the GSE Indoor Championships last weekend. Marina Risk, Tatavia Hardy, and Rocky Wilson picked up event titles. Full results for the event can be found on GoChoctaws.com. The women's tennis team traveled to the Ouachita Baptist Invitational this past weekend, where they beat North Central Texas but lost to Angelo State and Henderson State. Both the men's and women's teams will host Alcorn State on Wednesday and Jackson State on Thursday. The women's team will begin GSE action against West Georgia on Saturday. The men's golf team will begin their spring season early next week as they host the Mississippi College Invitational. Full results for that tournament will be available on GoChoctaws.com. That's all for a very busy week in Choctaw Athletics. Back to you, Anissa.
Thanks, Elliot. That's all we have for the show today. If you've got story ideas or want to be a part of our MCTV team this semester, email us at misscollegetv@gmail.com. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Miss College TV. And subscribe to us on YouTube at MCTV-Mississippi College News. I'm Anissa Trevino. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.